Okay, the video is stabilized. Yeah, so we're going to jump straight right into the topic, which is why should you make your phone turn your phone into boring mode? In other words, why should you make your phone the most boring place in your life? You hear a lot of people say, don't spend too much time on your phone. It's not good for you. But you've never actually asked yourself why it's not. After all, phone is entertaining, you need it. Like everyone is using it. Like why would I stop from doing that? Well, it's not so much about stopping, but rather it's more about consider its position in your life. When you make your phone the most boring place in your life becomes the most interesting place in your reality. Think about this. We gave our phone so much more, I would say, more value than our friends. You will tell me, yes, you can give as much value to your friends through the phone, which can be, correct because it's a tool, but it goes beyond that. It's not simply a tool now. Before, maybe 15, 20 years ago, it was a tool. Now it's an object of conditioning. Now it's an object to know where you're going. Now it's an object to better select the marketing strategies to actually fool you into becoming a better consumer, etc., etc. We all know that. But the thing is, there are some aspects. I will just talk about like 4 aspects or ideas or ways to actually be able to make your phone more boring and make your life, in contrast, more interesting, so you can savor everything around you more. First, social media. I advise to delete most social media, quite frankly, because in the beginning it was used to actually connect to another human being that was not in front of me, basically, just like the phone. It was an extension of that. And so so you actually don't need 99% of the social media that we have, because what's the point of connecting with a friend on Snapchat at the same time on Instagram, at the same time on maybe TikTok, at the same time on Instagram, like Facebook, etc. You just need one, either through texting, or if you want to keep social media, you would use it for business inquiries. You actually have something going on, you want to spread a message, etc. Even me, I'm really selective about its usage, even though I'm doing all these videos and expressing myself and all this. Or you have the third option, to have social media, but to simply have social media that is aimed, that it allows you to text more, allows you to express more, allows you to write, for example, not just like Instagram or TikTok, where you actually are more, or Snapchat, where you're more conditioned to be how to say that, to follow entertainment, to just get entertained, to just be like a consumer. There is no creativity, there is no reflection, there is no writing, really. There is no, I would say, it's less dynamic. It's more aiming for the appearance, for the pretending, rather than who you actually are. So avoid those type of social media, or restrain yourself to you know, business, or just like texting, like normal texting through like, you know, SMS or order. That's the first thing. Second thing, when it comes to reading, for example, never download a book on your phone. You have two options: either buy a tablet, okay, like a reading tablet, like an e-reader, or just like download, like or like use a real book. Like, this is my favorite thing to advise here. It's actually to you know, buy a real book or like an e-reader, so you can actually enjoy reading, only reading. There is no distractions, there is no notifications, there is no things to pop up that will fuck up your concentration, you know. And you will give value to reading as much as before we used to do that. If, like in the 80s, even though I wasn't born in the 80s, or like, you know, back when the phone was actually dumb, you know, and we were intelligent. But now the phone is smarter than us, and technology is getting smarter than us, so you can figure out that the brain is getting like more lazy, you know, just like, okay, but well, you know, the phone is smarter, like you don't need, you know, you don't need like calculating mentally when it comes to like numbers and stuff, for example, you know, math. You wouldn't need, like, you have the calculator, and just, you know, you don't need to make more research than that and use your brain more. This is dangerous over on the long term. Anyways, so second point, never download a book. If you want to read, either invest in an e-reader. It's like what, $100, and or like a book, it's better, you know. So just look at your situation. Fourth thing is no, not fourth thing. The third thing is actually, you know, let me connect, like, you know, Professor X, you know, in X-Men. It's like having the more insights. Yeah, third thing is board games. So don't download board games on your phone, quite frankly, because it's silly. You can do it like on, like, if you want to play board games, which is an amazing thing, set a time during the week. Like, you would set a time to go to the gym and call your friends and like, okay, we will do like a chess tournament, for example, or you would do like, you know, you would do like a chess tournament or like another board game, just to have fun. Mainly, sometimes to have, there will be a little bit of friction, competition and stuff, but it's normal, you know, it's part of board games. But, you know, not only you get to be social, you get to see your friends at the same time you play your board games, you know, you work up your mind a little bit, and yeah, it's just an amazing thing. And lastly, but not least, you know, the fourth thing is, if you want to take a photography when you go to like a special place, or like let's say you go on vacation and you go to like a really sweet place, and like it's so beautiful and you want to have some memories of it, you know, invest in a good, you know, camera, you know, but like a real one, like a real one, not like the one on your phone. Even though on your phone it's like so amazing, but why do you think that all these companies invest and make the phone better and better in every aspect? So you just simply like you know, so it kills the market for every other object, you know. But it's not just about killing the market, okay? It's not about that. It is killing you, killing your desire to enjoy every little aspect of life. You know why? Because when you actually invest in a photography tool, you know, I forgot the name, you know, English is like my fourth language, but like, you forget, like, you invest in a photography tool, like a camera, a real one, and a real camera that costs, you know, maybe, I don't know, 500 or like $1,000 or whatever. But at least if you go to these places, you will savor. You're like, okay, no phone, man, like, you know, I will look at the sky, look at the beauty, look at the panorama, look at so many beautiful places, and like historical places, and all that. And you're like, okay, now I take the time to savor that. And you will tell me, oh my god, it's so complicated. But by there is a subtle simplicity in complicating things or making you work, because by making yourself work through, like, oh my god, you have to read, so if I want to read I need to bring with me the e-reader, the book, and like it's heavy, but I need the bag, I need this, I need that. Well, it's an investment for your mental health and for your ability to save your life, because now your life doesn't revolve around your phone, because you're focused. Now it's like, okay, well, if I want to read, I go to this place. If I want to play board games, I call my friends and we play around, just like we used to do with like the PlayStation 2, like having friends and all that. If you want to actually play, if you actually want to, board games, reading, photography, for example, if you want to take beautiful pictures and you go to a place, you're motivated for that. You're like, okay, I will go to this beautiful place, I will invest in this, or like maybe in how do you say that, in a GoPro, for example. So you're gonna film these places, and so you savor that. And also another thing is and the other thing is obviously social media, because your mental health will improve and you will focus on you and other important aspects of you. You wouldn't be disconnected from yourself. So all these ways, the 4 ways that I just displayed here, will allow you to focus on what is the most important thing for you, So you will value things that usually you wouldn't pay attention to, because everything in your life is so caught up in like your phone, and every aspect and every activity and every interest that you have in life revolves around using your phone. And also you will train your mind to actually focus. You train your mind to actually take the time to not be distracted by notifications. If you're reading in your e-reader, you have no notifications popping up. If you're taking photographies, you're not actually being distracted by notifications, or just like, oh my god, the angle, the filters. You actually will savor the photo as it is taken. If, for example, you play board games, well, you wouldn't be distracted by, okay, well, what this person told me, and then like just clicking. Like, you're feeling stuff, you're connecting to reality. And finally, with social media, well, you wouldn't be distracted by stories of so many successful people, which will actually, yes, it can motivate you to be better, but most of the time you will just like feel some sort of a comparison feeling, where you're just like, but like this person reached that level, like so much greed inside you and stuff, and all the time. And at the same time, you wouldn't be caught up with stories of random people, or just stories that you actually don't care about, like stories of friends, or just like silly things, like I went there, I went, it's like, I understand it's a way to connect with that, but it's wait, I think the audio will just fuck up. Wait. Yeah, so these are the 4 ways, and by doing so, you will be able to connect and savor life in such a way that now you're aware of how costly, when it comes to time, using your phone is. And you will learn to savor that every aspect that you see in life is more important than, is more interesting than actually your phone, because your phone now, it just gotten really boring with all the things that you learn to do, you know. So if you have any insight, guys, yourself, if you have any comments, if you have any points, if you have any critique, if you have any hate, if you have any compliment, you know, let me know below. If not, I hope you enjoyed. If you have not enjoyed, at least start applying what I've just said, and don't follow random people like me, you know, on that. So in any ways, I think you've gotten some value through this video. So take care, guys, and stay blessed, bruh.